Fran will help us learn how to take measurements to draft our pants block pattern. To begin, tie a ribbon around the waistline. We make it tight, then loosen it to make sure it fits comfortably. This way the ribbon will fall exactly on the waistline. Now, using a measuring tape, we measure the waist circumference. Make sure not to go over the knot as it will add to our measurement. The waist circumference is 70 centimeters. Now we measure the lower hip circumference from the outermost point on the back to the front like this. The lower hip circumference is 97 centimeters. Now we measure the upper hip circumference. We measure parallel to the floor between the waistline and the lower hip line. The upper hip circumference is 89.5 centimeters. Next, we will measure the lower hip length from below the ribbon to the outermost point of the buttocks. The lower hip length is 21 centimeters. To get the upper hip length, we divide the lower hip length by 2. 21 centimeters divided by 2 is 10.5 centimeters. The upper hip length is 10.5 centimeters. Now we need to measure the length of the pants. Before measuring the length, we should put on the shoes that we intend to wear with our pants. This is because the height of the heels will affect the length of the pants. We measure the side length, measuring from below the ribbon to the floor. The side length is 106 centimeters. Now we need to measure the leg length. To do this, we can place a folded sheet of paper or a ruler between the legs, and then bring it up to the crotch area. We make sure it is not too high, but in a comfortable position. The paper or ruler should be parallel to the floor. Measure from the top edge of the ruler straight down to the floor with your feet together. Here, Fran will move her left foot back so we can see the measurement. The leg length is 78 centimeters. Next, we need to measure the knee length. This way we can find the location of the knee for our pattern. To do this, we bend the knee on one leg and measure the distance from the fold to the floor. Bend the knee. Place your finger here at the fold, and then straighten the leg and measure from your finger to the floor with a measuring tape. The knee length is 47 centimeters. We need to measure the distance from the floor to the hemline as well. This way the pants will not rub on the floor. We can decide how high the hemline will be. We will choose 2 centimeters. Next, we need to take the crotch length from the center back below the ribbon to the center front above the belly button. The measuring tape should not be too tight or too loose. The crotch length is 66 centimeters. Now we need to take the bust distance to determine the placement of the darts on the front and back of the pants. To get the bust distance, we measure between the bust points. The bust distance is 20 centimeters. Next, we will draft the pants block pattern.